Welcome back to Twin Tarot. I'm Gary, and this is not David. Hey, I'm back. I'm back in town. So we got home from Disneyland this morning. Laura and I caught caught like a 8 o'clock flight out of Orange County. We were out the door at 6 o'clock this morning, a little before six actually. So we're back in town. It was a great trip. I'm exhausted, to be honest. I'm really tired. It's about 7:30 Pacific time. I'm actually making some bread, so I have to stay up for another 2 hours. I got a late jump. I met up with David today. We met at my sister's house. My mom is staying with my sister, and so we all met over there. Had some family discussions and business that we had to take care of. And by the time I got wrapped up with that, I started making a loaf of bread, and it takes 4 hours to make it. So I'm going to be up until 9 o'clock tonight, and I'm exhausted. Good news is I have Tuesday off for Veterans Day. Yay. The advantage of working for the government. And speaking of working for the government, I saw on my news feed that it looks like the Senate might have reached a compromise for reopening the government. They're going to have a vote. The vote. By the time you see this video, the vote will probably have already occurred. So we'll take a look at that. I'm optimistic that this vote will go through. I think there's a lot of motivation with the Republicans, especially, to end the shutdown. I'm sure the Democrats have been wanting to end it, but they hold a lot better cards now than they did prior to the election last week. And so they were in a position to gain more concessions and gain more favorable concessions out of the Republicans. And I think that's what you're going to see. It's not going to be what we want. We got to temper our expectations with the fact that, the Democrats just simply don't have a majority in the Senate, and they don't have a majority in the House. So they're not going to get what they want, but they can get more than what was being offered. And that's really kind of the victory we need to take away from this. Baby steps. We need to at least move this thing in a good direction, which it seems like this is in clearly a better direction than where it was going a week or two ago. So we've got that. Is it going to be what we want? No. And it would be foolish to expect the Republicans to go, oh, what a mistake we made over the last month and a half, Here, give you everything you want. It's not going to happen. But that's where compromise comes in. Compromise means both sides are unhappy. So you've hit a good compromise when neither side really gets everything they want, right? So we got that going. So, but it's got to pass the Senate, then it's got to pass the House, and then it's got to be signed by Trump. So, it's not a slam dunk. This is certainly not a slam dunk. And it looks like what they're going to try and do is keep the continuing resolution, or keep the government open at least through January, to give them time to, negotiate what's going forward. The silver lining, if you will, on this is, is that in order for the House to pass this, they have to come back in session. And since they're back in session, I guess Mikey Johnson's going to have to recognize the new congressperson from Arizona, and then we could talk about the Epstein files, right? So we are going to start making it looks like we're going to start making some progress. Let's ask the cards. How is this this agreement? It's not, they haven't voted on it yet. How is this agreement going to be received in Congress? Let's take a look. Entertainment purposes only. What the hell do I know? I'm the 6-year-old Italian guy throwing tarot cards. Oh, my audience will love this comment. I had some guy trolling me. I'll paraphrase it because I don't remember the exact comment, but the comment was basically, I would expect it from an, a woman to be reading tarot, but two grown ass dudes reading tarot, give me a break. And I kind of read the comment. This was on the JD Vance video, by the way. I read the comment and my only response was sexist much. I mean, so this guy's whole point is that, women are able to do silly, meaningless, pointless things like tarot, but, a strapping man shouldn't believe in that crap, right? It's just toxic male, toxic masculinity, sexist crap. And, it's just, I probably blocked him too, but I definitely wanted to get my little snarky comment in. I mean, what this moron probably doesn't realize is that 80% of our audience literally are women, and almost that entire group are women over 50. So that is our bread and butter here. And you're not going to insult my audience. Thank you though. And and it just makes you wonder, is this guy married to a woman? And what is that relationship like? It just, I don't get it. Laura's my equal. She's my partner in this. And we don't always see eye to eye on stuff like this, but we respect each other. And that's how our our relationship isn't perfect, but it's close enough. It's healthy. We have our bumps in the road, but I'm not going to belittle an interest of hers. One of her interests is she donates to rescue horses. Is it Colby's Ranch or something like that? Hold on a second, let me look it up. It's called Colby's Crew, and they rescue horses. And Laura donates to them all the time, because what they do is they go to these auctions where apparently, especially the Amish, they work their horses and they work them hard. And then when the horses when they've exhausted them, they go to an auction, and a lot of those horses end up getting bought by buyers who are going to send them off to a meat market. And my wife is not a big fan of that, and she has donated pretty consistently to Colby's Crew to help rescue these animals and get them into some sort of a sanctuary where they will be taken care of in their senior years. Okay, so back to the tarot. Enough Gary pontificating about other people's the crosses that other people need to bear. Okay, so how is this budget deal going to be received in Congress? Entertainment purposes only. Why don't we do the Senate on the left, the House on the right, and we'll link them, just because I feel like doing it that way. Okay, in the Senate, we got the Sun card. Okay, they're finally seeing the light that maybe shutting down the government wasn't such a good idea, and we need to try and have things grow again. Bring some, I'm not going to say necessarily happiness, but improve the what's going on, because this has been a nightmare situation for politicians in particular, the country in general. We need to look to the future, what's best for the future. And the future is uncertain. I mean, certainly they're probably thinking this will improve their political careers, because right now, especially the Republicans, because right now it's not looking good. The special elections in November went bad for the Republicans. They need to look down the road because their future is uncertain. In the House, it's the Seven of Pentacles, reaping what you sow, or at least. So this could be considering the options, the things of value. We're going to have to give the Democrats some stuff, but there's a lot of stuff that we still retained on this. See what else with the House. Clarifier, Knight of Swords. Okay, so this is kind of passive. This is kind of aggressive. So we need to consider, this could be votes. Oh, yeah, if you look at a pentacle as a vote, because why worry about anything other than getting reelected? I need to look at my votes in the future, and I need to get on the attack. Okay. Or maybe I've been reckless in the past, and I need to be a little more thoughtful about how I view my constituents. We need to be able to claim a victory, and we need to be able to celebrate it. Okay, so I'm getting the feeling that this, and what's the linkage between these two? I'll just grab the underneath card. Underneath card, linking them. Oh, lover's card. Okay, so just improving our relationships. Okay, so my gut feeling on this is that the Senate's kind of looking out to the future. I mean, they're both politically driven, right? Um, Look, they're political, and the country's future are probably intertwined in this. The House is just, we need to get a victory, and so we could celebrate and get back to doing what we were doing. Um, but the linkage is the lovers. This is about forming deeper relationships, trying to understand each other, compromise, seeing the other person's point of view. Um, Frankly, I get a very good feeling about that. Of course, I'm also an optimist, definitely glass half full type person, but it feels like this is going to make progress. This is going to get through both the House and the Senate. Will it be this exact bill? I didn't ask if it'll, maybe they'll have one or two iterations, but they've kind of gotten past the tough part. This is now, how do I put it? It'll be, if there's changes, there'll be small changes, small tweaks to get it through. It won't be massive overhauls. That's the energy I'm feeling from from the cards I see. That's what I get from it. Easy for me to say, right? Okay. All right. Let's just so from this budget, if this goes through, how will the average American, how will this impact our lives? Because this is temporary. This is only through January. There's provisions in there to make sure that the federal workers are not furloughed, that they get back pay. So there's some good stuff in there. How is this going to be received by your average American? Okay, so Ace of Pentacles. It's a new opportunity to donate money to my favorite political candidate. Okay, that's cynical. Okay, so it's the beginning. This could be a vote. This could be money. Pentacles about things of value. So let's keep going. How is this going to be taken? So we got Ace of Pentacles. So this is a beginning of maybe a value. The cross is the Knight of Cups. Okay, it's a peace offering. All right. To me, this is like the voters they're going to decide what they want to do with their vote. You've given us this peace offering, but we've had a taste of what you're willing to do to us for political purposes. Underneath it, the star, this is a democracy, and one of the great benefits of the democracy is we can change the leadership direction every 2 years. In the House of Representatives, we could change a third of the Senate every 2 years, and we can get rid of the president every 4 years. So this is kind of what a democracy is about. Compromise. It's a compromise. In the past, Wheel of Fortune, we're not sure who to blame, not sure how this is going to turn out. Depending where you get your news from, it's either this is a great victory for the Republicans because only brown people and lazy people are going to get hurt by this. If you spend any time critically thinking, you realize that the leopards are going to eat the faces of everybody. Whether you're MAGA or not, they're going to eat your face. So in the past, Wheel of Fortune, not sure how it was going to turn out. Current energy is the Six of Cups. This is like, to me, this is giving back. This is kind of a peace offering. Same with, to me, the Knight of Cups and the Six of Cups are kind of the same type of a card. It's, let's compromise. Let's see if we can work a little bit better together. This helps if you care about the other person. And that's one of the things that has gotten us to this point where our favorite news agencies are really kind of pumping fear and divisiveness to the point where we don't give a crap about the other person. I'm biased. I think that I don't give a crap about the other person's a lot more present on the right. If you like your caps red, I think that you in general don't give a crap too much more of a crap about anyone other than yourself. Because it's all about me, and my money. Whereas if you like your caps to be blue, you do care about you and your money, but you're also tend to be a lot more compassionate about the people around you. And what I'm getting from this is the red caps are starting to learn to be compassionate about the people around them because they realize they suffered under their leadership. And if you're MAGA and you're watching that, I'm sorry that this is a big shock to you. Or if you're like yelling at the computer right now that I'm a grown-ass man reading tarot cards and not a silly woman. Overarching energy is the Ace of Cups. So I got my second ace. This has just been a very emotional issue. People understanding how these actions affect themselves and the people around them. Lesson to be learned is you have a choice. You're getting exactly what you voted. All right? Both sides are getting exactly what they voted. For the Democrats, we wanted our leaderships to start fighting, and they fought. And guess what? They got something from it. The Republicans, you voted for the leopards to eat the faces of people that don't look like you or me. And guess what? They ate your faces too. So now we have a choice. Would you like to continue having the leopards eat everyone's faces, or maybe we can try being nice to each other? It's your chance to stand up for what you truly believe in this democracy. Okay, so that's kind of the lessons learned from that. I guess it just stands to reason. So, are we going to learn? Yeah, okay. It's one thing to learn the lesson. Will you actually employ it? Will you actually walk the walk instead of talking the talk, right? Compassion involves walking the walk. You need to walk that mile in someone else's shoes for that compassion and not forget what it felt like. That's the other key part. Okay, so is compassion on the rise? Are we going to walk the walk? And we'll wrap it up with that. Are we going to start walking the walk now? Okay, Nine of Swords, a nightmare situation that's been causing a lot of anxiety. High Priestess, we now have improved knowledge and an improved understanding that you don't have to keep all the resources for yourself. This is being greedy is what got you into this in the first place. And do you still want to be greedy? If you need to take action. So this could be walking the walk. Wands are about taking actions. So you can be greedy or you can take actions to move things forward. It's your choice. This is the end of the cycle. However you choose, that's the path you choose. That sounds kind of circular, right? But it's one of those, I guess that's another way of saying, this is your opportunity to learn the lesson. This is your opportunity. And that goes really good with the Judgment card. Okay, you now know what it feels like. What side are you going to pick? That's kind of a frightening message. There's so much finality in the feel of that. That's like, this is your last chance type of a thing. It's like your mom and dad going 1, 2, and we're on the long 2 right now. None of this 2.5, 2 3/4, 2 7/8 crap. You're on 2, and we're at the end of the echo of the 2 and the pause. And now is the time to decide. We're in the pause. Do you really want to find out what happens after 2? I don't. I hope our friends with the red hats decide that, you know what, maybe we can be nice to each other. We can stop the fighting and we can start working together so we can get away from 2. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I truly, truly appreciate it. Thank you. And this really from the inception of the channel. That vacation is because of this channel. This is because you folks watch the videos and have to suffer through the ads where endless people are trying to ask for $5 for their re-election campaign, or apparently now it's you can get your pet's face on your pajamas. I don't know how many times I've seen that commercial come up lately, but thank you. I truly appreciate each and every one of you for watching these and supporting the channel. We had a great time. My nephews went. They were 11 and 9 with my brother and sister-in-law, and we had a great time. My daughter showed. Our 2 daughters showed up. They met us on Saturday, and we were running around between Disney and California Adventure. And I know there's some of you out there that are not necessarily supportive of Disney Corporation for whatever reason motivates you, and I respect that. I'm not going to debate that in the comments, but Disney, like everything in every corporation, they do some things well and they do some things not so well. And I guess at the end of the day is use our power and our influence to try and get people to do things well. And so we just do the best we can as humans. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I want to give a couple of shout outs. I'm not doing this on my phone, so I can actually go to my phone and look at the people I wanted to actually shout out, as opposed to abruptly ending the video like I did. Okay. From Barb Pfister. Okay, Barb. Barb had a great idea, and I'll bounce this off David. But one day, this is Barb's comment. One day, give a shout out to all the cats in the audience. Okay, so I'm going to give a shout out to all the cats in the audience. And there's a couple names out there. Let's see. MGRBCS says they got a cat named Clyde in Magic. And then it says read more, and I didn't tap it. So there's more than 2 cats. So hi, Clyde in Magic. And I know we've got Tom and Petty out there. Hi, Tom and Petty. And we got Sushi. From Barb's cat's name is Sushi. And then Lily, I know, has Balder. And I know there's a couple more out there, and I apologize. I don't necessarily have them all in memory, but I definitely know the folks that have cats that have mentioned them in the comments before, being a cat dad myself. Let's see. And there was one more shout out. Oh, dear Lord, I'm going through Disneyland photos. I don't want to do that. Oh, SF Dope Gemma 7 says, oh my God, you used to vacation in Willow Creek. No one, and I mean no one, has ever heard of it before unless you've been there or have family there. That is so true. Willow Creek is, if it's not in the middle of nowhere, you can sure see the middle of nowhere from there. It's definitely in the view. We used to go up there and have a great time in the summers in the 70s. For a boy, it was great. If you were a boy with a BB gun and a fishing pole, Willow Creek was a fun place to be. If you were a girl and you like shopping or summertime type activities like swimming or inner tubing on a river, river activities. If you like shopping, for example, or listening to Top 40, that was a tough place to be. So SF Dope, John, I'm going to give you a secret card. You got the lover's card. Thank you so much. We both have our love affair with Willow Creek. And then to Barb Fister for her kitty cat suggestion. We got the Ten of Swords. We're going to end the lack of cat shoutouts with yours. And then just let's see if there's anyone in the comments. The channel was dark. I didn't put out a video today. I just took the day off. Like I said, we were up at actually 5:30 this morning. So Laura and I were a little tired. I just didn't have it in me to do a video before the Uber picked us up at 6 o'clock in the morning. So let's see if there's anyone out there that's actually left a comment. And if you did, great. If you didn't, I don't blame you at all. Hey, there's a few out here. Let me just grab one. Oh, here we go. C. Wiley. Hi, C. Wiley. How are you? A little late, I know the results, but watching anyway. So that was from the special election. Yeah, you're about a week late. Okay, and then, so C. Wiley, you get the Nine of Wands. Yeah, you're a little late to the battle, but hey, that's all right. There'll be a lot more fights going forward. And how about a card for the rest of us? Oh, yay! It's my favorite card. Queen of Pentacles. Take care of those around you. We're not out of the government shutdown yet. Even if the Senate votes on it, the House needs to come back into session. They need to vote on it. There may be a couple of rounds of voting on this. So we're not out of the woods yet, but I'm hopeful and optimistic that we can get this government back open again and maybe have some real earnest discussions on healthcare credits and food and SNAP and getting people fed. There are a lot of people out there that are having a tough time, and it's tragic that our president gives so little crap about the people that he's willing to use them as a political pawn and then try and blame the Democrats for it. So hang in there, folks. We'll get through this. Be the Queen of Pentacles to the people around you. Take care. Bye.